For a closer look now at the war's impact on the wallets of all Americans, from gas prices to credit cards and your mortgage as well, we turn to NBC's business correspondent Brian Cheung. Brian, welcome back from D.C. You were there yesterday ahead of the big Fed meeting, and you called it along with a lot of other experts. The Fed deciding to leave those rates unchanged. Right. What did Jay Powell, the Fed chair, what did he say about where the economy is headed?
Yeah, well, and Craig and Hona, that's obviously as these gas prices are continuing their march to $4 a gallon. By the way, by one measure, that is the second largest one-month jump in at least the last 30 years. So not breaking good records. And that's the reason why the Federal Reserve said we're not going to move on interest rates while we try to figure out what all of this means for the economy. Here was Federal Reserve Chairman Jay Powell just yesterday.
The implications of events in the Middle East for the U.S. economy are uncertain. In the near term, higher energy prices will push up overall inflation, but it is too soon to know the scope and duration of the potential effects on the economy.
So the key words there, too soon to know. And again, with that uncertainty, there's a lot of policy changes as well. Just yesterday, the Trump administration waived a 1920 law that had previously only allowed American ships to go from one U.S. port to another. Basically, it's a way that they're hoping to get gas prices lower by moving barrels of oil from one part of the country to another more easily. But we don't know if that's going to work. And you had the Fed chairman, arguably the most important economic policymaker, not just in the U.S., but in the world, saying at one point, nobody knows how this impacts the economy. That's the reason why the stock markets did not have a good day, down over 1% yesterday.
You also asked about affordability, about high prices that are just crunching Americans. What's the Fed going to do about that? What do you say?
Yeah, well, quite frankly, with the Federal Reserve, I mean, that was my first job. They tend to get a little jargony. It's a little pie in the sky. So talking a lot about these econ terms. So I just asked him, what do you see as the impact of affordability on Americans right now? And he said, you're right. Right now, people are squeezed. That's the word that he used to describe that. It's not just oil prices. It's also things like insurance costs going up. That's what he referenced. But again, with the Federal Reserve not moving on interest rates, there's not going to be a lot of relief on those high credit card rates, mortgage rates above 6% right now. Again, with the Fed not cutting, that's not going to drop anytime soon. But the Fed's saying they need to keep those interest rates relatively high to make sure that inflation doesn't run out of control and to try to keep that unemployment rate relatively low.
All right. Brian Cheung.
Thank you, Brian.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.